Hi friends, welcome back with new amazing video from Nice Recaps. Today I'm going to explain a 2021 comedy and crime film called Cruella. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. The film begins with people think Estella is unusual and avoids her since half of her hair is white and half is black. Her mother Catherine, however, does her hardest to give her a normal existence. Estella enjoys styling and has been harsh since she was a child, and her mother was given her the nickname Cruella. She makes a friend named Anita at school where she's bullied by everyone, and she eventually gets a dog. She brings him home. Estella has been expelled from school as a result of her fights, so Catherine decides to take her to London. Estella says she'll go to Regent's Park when she gets there. Catherine accepts Estella's necklace and gives it to her. Catherine asks Estella to stay in the car while she goes to meet a friend for financial assistance in London. Estella breaches her vow and comes out of the automobile. She comes in the party with her dog Buddy. 3 dogs assault at her there. When Estella exits the building, she notices that the dogs have pushed her mother off the cliff, where she was conversing with a woman on the edge. Estella believes she's to blame for her mother's death. Estella's life is forever changed as a result of that event, and she's now an orphan, where she misplaced the necklace Catherine had given her. Putting her anguish aside, she now had to take action to save her life. She flees in order to preserve her life. In her trauma, she arrives at the park and sleeps beside the fountain. She meets 2 young boys her age. Her orphans like her and they survive by robbing small businesses. Estella arrives to Horace and Jasper's residence. It's a deserted structure. They keep her with them because she's on her own out in the world. Estella grows up and changes her hair color, thieving with them. Her major ambition, though, is to work as a fashion designer. She's pursuing her ambition of designing garments from the comfort of her own home. As a result, for her birthday, Horace and Jasper arrange for her to work as a cleaner in the Liberty department store. Estella doesn't want to miss out on this chance to impress her boss and get promoted. She begins her new work. Estella tries everything she can to persuade the owner, but he's so harsh that he won't let her do anything else. Estella gets intoxicated one night and redesigns the store's statue to her liking. Her boss is so enraged the next morning that he's prepared to contact the cops. When a well-known fashion designer, Baroness, visits, Estella finds her an inspiration. No one thinks of her at the Liberty store, but Baroness admires her work. She also appoints her. Estella believes she has achieved her life's ambition. Baroness is a conceited woman who refuses to allow anyone gets above her. Estella has a difficult time with Baroness, but merely working with her is a major deal for her. Estella goes to a designer's shop after work one night. They've formed a strong bond. Estella is attempting to impress Baroness, but Baroness begins to keep Estella close to her at all times, including when Estella visits Baroness at her house. Here's the twist. The Baroness finally appreciates her designs. Estella notices the same necklace around Baroness's neck that Catherine had given her, and Baroness reveals that Catherine was an ex-employee who had stolen the necklace, but she died by jumping from the cliff when she came to seek financial assistance. Estella is enraged that Baroness referred to her mother as a thief. She then chooses to return the necklace. She seeks assistance from Horace and Jasper. They've begun the process of obtaining the necklace from her. Estella has collected all of the information from the Baroness's residence, including the positions of the cameras, keys, and everything else. They decide to have a party at her house after all of the preparations. Horace enters the house as Estella is distracting Baroness, and Baroness enters with her dogs while Jasper is hacking the cameras. Estella's childhood buddy has come to mock her as a reporting Baroness. After that, Estella appears as Cruella. She walks in wearing a flaming gown. It has turned into a breaking news. All of the reporters are drawn to Cruella, and Baroness can't take it any longer, so she orders her guard to go grab her. Cruella takes the keys from Cruella and hands them over to Horace. They learn that the necklace is in Baroness's neck after so much effort. With a mouse in the hall, Jasper shocks everyone. Cruella removes her necklace and hands it over to Buddy. When the Baroness's hounds attack them in response to her whistle, everyone flees. It exposes to her that Baroness was the one who murdered her mother. She had always assumed that her mother died as a result of her. They've lost the necklace as well as Baroness's dog has eaten it. Estella is depressed, so she decides to get vengeance on Baroness. She transforms into Cruella and abandons Estella. She sent Horace and Jasper to get the dogs belonging to the Baroness so she can get her hands on the necklace. She makes her way to Anita. For the sake of their old relationship, she asks her to broadcast news in Cruella's favor and against Baroness's dogs. Jasper and Horace have caught Baroness's dogs. After that, Cruella visits Artie. She has also added her to the team. Although Jasper and Horace were annoyed by her rude behavior, they're assisting her for the sake of Estella. Cruella is now back to her old work as Estella. In order for her to keep an eye on Baroness, the time has arrived to reveal the spring collection. Everyone is photographing Baroness. Cruella rides in on a bike with Jasper. She has scrawled the future on her skull to show Baroness that her time is up. And Cruella, not Baroness, is once again in the news. And now the sequence of events has begun. Instead of Baroness, Cruella is in the news. It irritates you, Baroness. Cruella always has her own flair and leaves Baroness in the dust. Baroness is doing everything she can to learn more about Cruella, but nothing seems to be working. She even goes to Anita, but Anita refuses to tell Cruella anything. Cruella's plans go out well. However, she has yet to locate the necklace. Estella creates a lovely gown for Baroness in order to win her favor. The Baroness is impressed, but she's still praising herself. Cruella sends Horace and Jasper into the boutique to scare her, and she poses as if someone is attempting to steal her show-stopping gown. Baroness annoys me by keeping all of her outfits in a separate closet. Estella uses a needle to do anything to it. Estella chooses to make her a show-stopping gown out of the skin of Baroness's dogs. It's showtime, and she's on her way to grab her dress. She notices that it isn't even trying to open. When it finally opens after so much effort, Estella is stunned to discover that she had actually put caterpillars on Baroness's frock. When the media gets out through all the butterflies from Baroness's residence, they've turned into butterflies and ruined her clothes. They notice Cruella has begun her presentation. It's an enthralling show. Cruella's entrance enrages the Baroness since she constructed her garment from the skin of her hounds. She also suspects Estella of being Cruella. When the cops arrive, they leave after putting on an incredible performance. Cruella has gone to collect food for the party. She returns home to find Baroness already present, as well as her friends. We can see that the dogs of Baroness are still alive. Cruella hadn't put any of their skin to use. Cruella claims she's carrying out all of this for her mother's vengeance. Baroness has accused Jasper and Horace of Cruella's murder, despite the fact that she set their house on fire and left Cruella inside. It's a fairly heartbreaking scenario. Cruella is being rescued from flames by Buddy and Horace's dog. The entire structure was on fire, and Cruella's death became breaking news. But how can a heroine pass away without exacting her vengeance? In Census, we witness Cruella again. She's in the apartment of Baroness's aide John, who had rescued her. He shares some information about her that has a significant impact on her life. Estella discovers that the jewelry she's wearing is actually a key. She takes a chest from it and opens it. She discovers Estella's birth certificate inside. Estella is the daughter of the Baroness, who had abandoned her when she was born. She was a self-obsessed person who didn't want anything to come in front of her. She gave John the order to kill Estella, but John was unable to carry it out. It was for this reason that John had handed her to Catherine. Estella's life has been flipped upside down. She arrives at Regent's Park where she vows to avenge Catherine's death because she considers her to be her mother and loves her so much. She'll now demonstrate what true madness is to Baroness. Estella goes to the police station and saves Horace and Jasper. She's lured the cops away from the key while dispatching a dog. They're confronted with the truth which Estella reveals to them, and by emotionally telling them that they're her sole family, she persuades them once more to aid. She then approaches Artie, who is already prepared to assist Estella. At John's house, they're devising a new strategy. The Baroness, on the other hand, is preparing for her yearly party in which she has murdered Catherine. Inspector arrives and informs her that Cruella has not been found. The Baroness is now concerned. Estella and her team, which includes John, send costumes to the guests of the Baroness. They're exactly like Estella's gown, and they're all supposed to wear it in honor of Cruella. Cruella has also called the cops to Baroness's house. The Baroness's guards are fighting each and every visitor. The Baroness is surprised to find everyone dressed in the same outfit and is terrified. All of the guards have been summoned to the library by Jasper. Cruella reaches the party where Horace has imprisoned them and uses a needle to pry the whistle from Baroness's grip. Being Estella, she then reaches the same ledge. She whistles and calls the dogs from the spot where the Baroness had pushed Catherine. Baroness also makes it there. Baroness is calling all the guests outside. Jasper, Artie, and John say. Estella introduces herself to Baroness as her daughter. The Baroness begs pardon for her transgressions, and he holds her while crying as if everything is fine. But then she pushes Estella off the edge of the cliff. It's been seen by everyone. The Baroness is detained by the police. Estella sacrifices her own life in order to put Baroness behind prison. But while Estella is no longer alive, Cruella is. We notice that she has deployed her parachute, and Horace is already waiting on a boat for her. Estella claims that she has donated all of her belongings to Cruella and her cousin. She then buries Estella and begins a new life with her team in the Baroness's mansion. We hope you enjoyed our video from today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to receive notifications of new and interesting videos.